I bent my head against the warm summer wind as I ran along the thin, winding alley on the cheap side of town. In other provinces, cheap side might have been an insult, but not here. Cheap meant you were paying your own way, and in the free human village at the edge of the Fae city of Everlast, they respected self-sufficiency. Envy and pity churned in my stomach in equal measure as I took in the thatched roofs and peeling paint along the street. Overhead, a string of bedraggled flags hung across the alley. I scowled up at the faded colors whipping in the breeze, a macabre reminder of the upcoming hunt. Last month, these houses were full of life. Now half the street stood abandoned and broken, ransacked by rebels during their last raid. Still, colorful decorations covered the broken windows and cold chimneys of every home, as if someone still lived inside. It was a pretty lie, and a story I was intimately familiar with. Several paces ahead, under another string of flags, I spotted the faded and cracked sign of the apothecary. I sighed in relief. I was already late to meet Caliban, but I'd promised myself I would make one stop in the village first. Before I could take another step, the apothecary door flew open. I jumped back, startled. A short, middle-aged woman with a green scarf tied over her flyaway gray hair looked over at me. I knew her by sight, if not by name. Kira's shop assistant. I groaned internally. That woman hated me with every... "Morning, Rosie." The shop assistant waved and smiled widely, flashing several broken teeth. "Out early for hunting day?" I faltered, confused, before bobbing something between a curtsy and a nod. "Hello." I self-consciously flicked my loose auburn hair over my ears. "Yes, I'm..." "Oh," the woman laughed, talking over me. "I suppose you'll be there serving the court." "Yes," I repeated, not bothering to correct any of her many misconceptions. If this woman thought I was my sister, all the better for me. The people of Everlast adored Rosie, while they treated me as something to be feared and avoided at all costs. I could hardly say I blamed them. It had been the same for my mother before she died, and her death had only confirmed their fears. The woman stared expectantly at me, and I flinched, realizing Rosie would likely ask something polite in return. Are you going?" Not polite, exactly, but not the worst I could have said. "Course." The woman reached down and flicked some invisible speck of dust off her stoop, then faced me again. "There's not much else to do around here, is there?" "Of course," I repeated, nodding vaguely.